I'm going to continue our discussion about the changing landscape of American religious life and tell you two stories. First, a rabbi goes into a class discussing Hanukkah, and one little girl pipes up and says, "I like Christmas better." So the rabbi's a little taken aback and says, "Why do you like Christmas better?" Little girl said, "Well, we get all our presents on one day, and Hanukkah we get them over 8 days." And the rabbi said, "Well, why do you have to get your presents on 8 days?" He said, "Well, my mother said we have to." The rabbi said, "Any other reason?" He said, "Yeah, we leave better food for Santa Claus than we leave for Hanukkah Harry." So the rabbi heard Hanukkah Harry, he was a little curious about that, but then he said, "Well, what kind of food do you leave?" He said, "Well, for Santa Claus we leave ham and potato chips." So 50%, according to the studies, of self-identified Jews in college say they have one Jewish parent. So clearly things are changing. As I mentioned in the video about why we can't have a Christmas tree, the books by Putnam of Harvard and Prothero of Boston U indicate a changing religious landscape where 1/3 of all Americans change their religion during their lifetime. Americans are becoming much more tolerant about religious life. And so it gets more complicated when you have all these Jews marrying all these non-Jews, like Ralph Lauren's grandson's going to marry one of the Bush granddaughters, and this summer the Clinton's daughter married a Jewish guy. Things get all combobulated. So is there a reason to keep it straight? Well, Prothero's book says absolutely. There are very stark differences among the religions, and they teach very different things. And of course, for Jews who want to preserve Jewish identity. So here are some of the confusing things. I just tell you one that was kind of shocking to us. We had a couple conversions last week, the Beit Din, and the women came out of the mikvah. They got dressed. We came to bless them. And one pulls out a Tallis out of her purse that she had made. It was very beautiful. So the other one says, "Oh, I have a Tallis too. Someone gave me as a present before we left." And she pulls it out, she puts it on, and we're looking at it. And one rabbi says, "Let me look at that closer." And suddenly we all recoiled because it looked like a Tallis, it smelled like a Tallis, it felt like a Tallis, but it wasn't a Tallis. So, of course, when you look at it like this, it looks like a Tallis, right? It's got the tzitzit, it's got the markings. However, if you look at the Atara up here, you can see it says, this is the normal bracha, then it says, "Milei kol haTorah," fulfilled the whole Torah, "B'Yeshua HaMashiach," in Jesus the Messiah. And then you see these, can you see the fish there? And then in the corners it's got quotes from the New Testament, various places here, like Matthew and Corinthians. Now, I know that Christians, a lot of them are sincere, they love Jews, they love Israel, but I'm sorry, they're misappropriating our religious symbols here. This woman felt so shocked and betrayed. I mean, she's hoping that the person who gave it to her was just a mistake. They're selling these things, and it's easy to confuse it because it looks like a Tallis. So she gave it to me so I can use it as a teaching prop, but it is quite offensive. And it's certainly nothing for Jews. And if Christians want to be Christians, let them be Christians. They want to be Jews, they should be Jews. But what's this hybrid business where they're misappropriating Jewish symbols, putting mezuzahs on the doors, wearing tallises that speak to a God that's an alien God to Judaism, that's their God. Just like, we don't think Jews should celebrate Christmas, Jews shouldn't have Christmas trees, that's not sensitive to Christianity, so Christians should leave Jewish symbols alone. But there is a lot of religious confusion, obviously. If half of all college kids who self-identify as Jews have one Jewish parent, one non-Jewish parent, things are obviously changing, and all of this mix. So how do we preserve Jewish ideas and unity? Judaism is so beautiful, and has so many important ideas. If we just say it's all the same, and all the symbols are interchangeable, then we sacrifice the key. Key is to live Jewishly, to study Jewishly, to understand Jewish tradition, keep Jewish symbols, let Christians keep their symbols, and the world will be much richer because of it.